Hey guys, welcome back. The market is correcting right now based on some war fears, but I will show you from where exactly we are going to bounce. I will also talk about the $500 to $10,000 challenge, and I have something really special for you guys. So definitely make sure that you stick around and let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Thursday. I cannot believe it's already Thursday again. We jump directly into the charts because I have, again, not a lot of time. I have to be somewhere else and I need to eat before that. So here on the DXY, you see the dollar currently breaking to the downside, and that is because of war fears between Russia and Ukraine. Basically, the US and Ukraine are scared now that Russia will escalate the whole situation and actually will use nuclear bombs in Ukraine because of the attack that Ukraine did last weekend on a Russian military airport with nuclear capable planes that can basically deploy nuclear bombs attacking their target. So that's why there is fear of escalation of the war. That's why the dollar is dropping, and that's why also risk on assets are currently dropping and people are going into safe haven assets. Bitcoin is holding still up quite well in that whole turmoil, in my opinion. But if there would be really a confirmation that Russia is now really thinking about to deploy nuclear weapons, then say goodbye to all the assets, because they're gonna do like something like this here. So, and that's not the way and not the path that we want to see to below 90 points here on the DXY. But the good thing is we are breaking here right now below 98.4. So if we are now can confirm this break with a retest here and then continuation to the downside while things are coming down in Russia and Ukraine, that would be amazing for the markets. Now, for Bitcoin on the daily chart, so we have seen here in the recent days the breakout out of that falling wedge pattern. Now we are retesting one of the support zones here at $107,000 approximately. We are slightly below that. In my opinion, we could come down as low as the original entry of that falling wedge pattern. So if you have missed that, that is your opportunity to get in this trade here at $106,000 approximately, because also there, if I draw a line, there is a major support level, as you can see here also from the prior highs. Multiple tests to break that level that have all failed with all these wicks here, and then only recently we were able to break above that. So this could be just another retest of that level with continuation to the upside. On the 1 hourly chart, things start to look here not so healthy anymore, in my opinion, but again we're here in a major support zone from $106,600 to $107,250. As long as we are holding that, we are fine. That overall trade setup is technically still valid, but you should also have reduced your risk and have taken some profit here at $109,500. You should have taken here some profit, because I warned you here in that area that you should take some profit off the table just in case that we get rejected here from 110, 111 and come back down. So now you see that is actually what's happening. So I hope you have reduced your risk. If not, then set your stop loss at least to $106,000 that you walk away with a little bit of profit, and and then we find a level where you can re-enter if we actually go that low here. That trade setup over here, given a couple of days ago from $109,600 approximately, that was invalidated, and we got stopped out on this trade. But this is absolutely fine, because I am personally here in this trade already since, when was that? Since Monday. And I have actually closed that trade here when we broke below yesterday here after I actually released the video at $109,000, I think, was where I closed the trade. Yeah, so at basically here in that candle here, that was where I closed the trade, and you can see we went way lower, and now I'm waiting for a move into a little bit lower levels before I'm gonna re-enter. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking for here in a moment. So when we are going here to the MDX algo scalp gradients on this 4 hourly chart, then you can clearly see that candles are currently cooling down, and they're doing it fast. So we went here from basically in each candle we're changing the color right now. So I have not seen this in a long time that we see something like this here. If we are continuing to do this, then you can see here that we most likely come back to the weekly open to roughly $105,700. And here, that box here is again really important for a bounce between $106,700 to $105,600. That is, in my opinion, a major bounce zone. But I would long this from $107,700 because I know once we reclaim that level, we get continuation to the upside. And the reactor indicator is also here now about to bottom out. So I think we are close to a bounce here back into higher levels. And I want to remind you here one more time, if you go back to yesterday's video, I actually warned you about these reversal indications here. I told you if we are not breaking higher, most likely we will come first a little bit down before we then go up again. So, and that means that we start to consolidate here, most likely between $107,000 $110,000 for a while. Then we get, after the consolidation, the momentum that we need to break here into a new all-time high. Exactly for that reason that I told you that you should pay attention to that. You should also sign up on a Bluefin. The campaign got here continued until the 24th of June, where you get up to $5,000 if you trade on the platform, and you can, while you're trading, also earn and get here some future bonuses, so take advantage of that. But the most important thing is tonight we're going to start with the Bluefin trading challenge, where I help you to take $500 to $10,000. I will handhold you through that whole process. So get your Bluefin account with the link in the pinned comment below and in the description below. Deposit $500, and once you have done that, you contact me or my team on Telegram or on Twitter with your Bluefin number. And then if your Bluefin number is signed under my link, we're gonna admit you to the channel. You have nothing else to do, just sign up, deposit $500, send your Bluefin number, and then we're gonna send you the link and join the channel. So I will give you, after that video is released, roughly 2 hours, potentially maybe 2 to 4 hours before I actually gonna send the signal. So from publishing, 2 to 4 hours later, I gonna send the first trade, and there will be actually multiple trades. So you can pick which one you wanna do. I'm gonna do most likely 1 or 2 out of them. You can choose. There will be 2 to 4 trades that you can pick from that we start the challenge with. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you can choose from. So again, sign up with the link in the pinned comment below and in the description below. First of all, to get the $5,000 worth of bonuses and VIP benefits, and if you deposit on top of that $500, you will be admitted in the group where we do the. Now, the next setup that you should pay attention to, and we actually came just to the entry level, is here this cup and handle pattern. We are still in the handle, so but because we are here in a major support zone, I would try to long this from here. So I have moved this whole setup a little bit down, the original setup. So if I move this, you see here, that was the original entry at $109,000. So I have moved this down now to $107,000, and the stop loss is at $105,000 approximately. So I gonna play this definitely, and the target remains the technical target of that cup and handle pattern here at $117,540. So I have forgotten actually something to show you, and let me see, on which chart did I put this? I think I had this. So another reason why I believe that we are bouncing from the current levels is that we are really close to touch the EMA ribbon at $106,000. So even if you enter now the cup and handle trade, which is the current price level, maybe we go down like 0.8%, to touch the EMA ribbon and then get continuation. So which is, in my opinion, absolutely fine. And we will most likely on that trade setup, on the cup and handle pattern, not get stopped out. So then the next one is here, this daily chart. Again, we are testing right now a really crucial support level here. So as long as we are holding here above $106,000 approximately, let me actually move this down to $106,000 roughly. So here, I expect that we are consolidating and then get a retest of the previous all-time high with a potential break, and then we go here into the next golden ratio, the extensions here on the Fibonacci levels. Now on the 4-hourly chart with the liquidation levels, you can see here now also what I meant yesterday, that we will come down at some point to test the 50 moving average. Now we are really close to do that while we were liquidating all the late longs that came actually into the market here. So here is the last level, also lining up at around $106,300 in alignment with the 50 moving average. So it makes a lot of sense, as you can see here, with all the confluence that I have just shown you across multiple time frames, that we could see here a move into $106,000 if we're not bouncing from $107,000 or the current level that we're trading in. But it is a range, guys. It is a range, and that is here. Yeah, it looks horrible when I try to draw here a straight line. Wow, there. So that is basically a small range that I expect that we currently bounce from if there is not more turmoil and fire, or more spirit added to the fire that is currently flaming between Ukraine and Russia. So with all the fear mongering about an escalation of the war. So again, as long as that's not escalating, I'm not convinced that we go here below $105,000 and take out all the liquidity that is stacked up here. But here one last push to the downside to take out here the last 100x long positions, and then we go back to the upside. If you want to learn actually from me to trade, I have a special deal for you. That deal, I don't know when it's going to come back, but I think that summer break, that summer slump that we always have between June and August might be the perfect moment for you to learn to trade the same way that I'm trading. It's really simple. Everybody can do it with zero experience. You just need to go to the link that I'm gonna provide in the description below and in the pinned comment. And I give you, again, until Monday, guys, until next Monday, 50% on all my programs, guys. On all my programs, 50% discount only for these 4 days, because I have now some room again to help you guys with my team and personally, because a lot of people were able to get going by themselves and don't need hand holding anymore from me. So I have a little bit of space, limited slots only available, guys. Take advantage of that while you can. There is direct payment links in the pinned comment below and in the description if you want to sign up for it. Only use these links, then nobody of my team will contact you. I will not contact you for that program. You have to do it by yourself, you know. So and then you can see the following steps after you have done the payment. If you have any questions, just contact me on Twitter or directly on Telegram. But me and my team will not reach out to you directly. So only if you write to us, we're gonna come and engage with you. So again, take advantage of that. Limited until Monday, guys. Until Monday that is going to happen. Then I will not do it, most likely until the end of the year or maybe next year. It depends on how many people are going to sign up right now. So yeah, take advantage of that. Like I said, all the links are in the pinned comment below and in the description for the direct payments, where you have 50% off the programs. Now on the liquidation heat map, when I go here to the 2-weekly chart, so then you can see here there is the liquidity around $111,000 all the way up to $111,500, but we are now eating here into the downside liquidity where we have all the long positions sitting, and like I said, that can continue until here $106,300. There we should get a bounce back to the upside, because we have here a small gap. And usually that means that that downwards move has come to an end, and we reverse to the upside and get a proper bounce here, at least in my opinion to $109,000. On the total free market cap, also here I see this just as a retest of the downward sloping trend line here. Of course, we're currently breaking back into this downwards parallel sloping channel, but we still have 11 hours to come back here and reclaim $13 billion worth of market cap. I think that's not too excessive to be able to do that in a matter of 11 hours, especially if Bitcoin starts bouncing here. Yeah, and then we should move back in the direction of $900 billion. So I'm not surprised that we got rejected here. I have also warned you about this, that is a rejection point, because it is a psychological round number. But the moment that we break above that and above 926 billion and stay above that, even if we just consolidate here, we're going any moment afterwards to $1 trillion. And that's, in my opinion, where we're going to see massive gains across the board in altcoins. Now, the Bitcoin dominance is currently forming a Morningstar pattern. So if this current daily candle pushes a little bit higher, that would be a reversal pattern. But I'm not convinced that this is going to play out here. Of course, if Bitcoin turns around here now in the next coming hours, we will pump a little bit higher on the dominance. But then by tomorrow, I expect that we return the basically turn around and get in continuation move into lower levels. If you want to trade altcoins with me, guys, I want to remind you that I trade all my altcoins on a Bybit. You still get $30,000 if you sign up there right now. So take advantage of that. Plus, that if you are in Europe and you were not able to sign up before on Bybit, now you can, guys. Now you can. So go and sign up there. I will also share most likely over the weekend a lot of my big positions that I have on a Bybit. There's also a link in the pinned comment below and in the description below if you want to sign up and trade with me on Bybit together. So why do I believe that altcoins are going to perform here really well in the coming days? Because the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, while we are dropping, or the whole market is basically having a small pullback, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart is holding up quite well above that upward sloping trend line here, and that just tells me that we are ready to get here a continuation move in the next coming weeks, and that also means that Ethereum will see here a nice continuation move past $3,000. Currently, we are retesting the entry level from the ascending triangle from that break of that neckline. So if you missed that trade yesterday, that is your chance to get into this, because I don't believe that we go back here into the golden ratio and get stopped out on this trade. Even if we would get stopped out here, I would straight re-enter this at that point and get basically a better entry. But for now, things still look good in my opinion, that we are bouncing from here and moving past $3,000 in the next 7 days. Also here on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, on the daily chart, sorry, Ethereum USD chart, on the daily, I warned you about that resistance here of $2,800, that we need to get a break above that with a daily close, and only then I would enter this for a continuation move. So now we got rejected. What you can do now, like I just said, you can either enter from the current level, which is a massive support level here, $2,700, and then take a little bit profit at $2,800, or at least raise your stop loss to $2,730 if you want, when we are retesting $2,800, because we could get another rejection, you get stopped out, and at least I want you to get out, really break even, not even paying the fees, that is covered, and then you just keep re-entering around that level until we break $2,800 and get the continuation move, because this is still happening, guys. It is just a little bit delayed. So then Solana, also here I told you we're gonna turn around, and I want you about to round trip your profits here from that secondary setup if you got into that. So here we are back at the entry level. Good moment to enter Solana if you want to get into that trade. Here on the secondary setup, I don't see us going lower here, because we get here a really clean support from $157, and also the indicators are turning around. Here you see the RSI is turning around, turning back into the bullish levels. The MACD is still a little bit bearish, but also here the stochastic is printing right now a buy signal. If we move a little bit higher, we get a cleaner signal here. But we have to wait for the current 4-hourly candle to close. But I can tell you, if we go to $160, we should be fine for a continuation move. Then here on HNT is one of the other setups that I'm looking at currently. In my opinion, it makes a lot of sense to come here a little bit lower. Another, what is this, 7% move to the downside is what I potentially see here. 5.5% move to the downside before we go higher, and then we trade the bounce to $3.02. That is a major resistance level. As you can see right now, we struggle to break above that, but the indicator is already slightly turning around. So we maybe are not getting this, but just in case, that would be the setup that I would be playing currently. Then the next one is TRB. TRB, technically we got stopped out here. I'm still holding this trade, and I'm ready to add more to it, because we are heavily oversold for quite a while here on the stochastic RSI, and also the MACD is just turning around here. So if you got stopped out, just re-enter this trading setup, or just re-enter at the current level. But be aware that if we break here below that trend line, that is your exit point. So if we drop here below $42, that is where you want to exit that specific trade. Then the next one is hype. So I have also currently a hype position. If we come here to like $40, $38.46, that would be a good entry level. There would also be just a retest of that W pattern that we have formed here on the 4-hourly chart. And the technical target would be $45, but I expect if we go a little bit higher than that. If I go here from the recent high to the recent low, then you can see that the next target would be around $50, close to $50 here on the Fibonacci extension levels. And we are basically bouncing off right now the golden ratio down here from the 0.618, 0.65 level. So that is also a good entry level. If you miss that, if we're not getting that, if we're not completely going down here to like $40, then at $40, $41.57 would be the next logical entry, where you have safety, in my opinion. And you see a move to $50 would be roughly 20% with a stop loss just below the golden ratio here. So you have like a 5.74% stop loss against almost a 20% move to the upside. So the risk to reward is absolutely fine here for the trading setup. I'm gonna leave that here because that's also the same setup that I'm currently playing in the trade that I'm in at. And I have orders stacked below to just add more for that move, because Hyperliquid is just a coin that keeps going higher and higher and higher, which is just insane. But it's also because it is still not on all major exchanges, and that centralized the liquidity a little bit on their own DEX. So of course there's other platforms where you can trade this right now, but again, the majority of the liquidity is concentrated on their own platform. Then Doge. So Doge came here all the way down to almost 18.5 cents. We went down to 18.65. So here I also, worst case scenario, expect that we come a little bit lower here to 18.5. Then you just re-enter. So re-enter this. So the original trade we got stopped out. But you should have been stopped out in profit, guys. So I just want to remind you about this. So you should have been stopped out in profit. So now this is the next setup. If we come a little bit lower, that's how I'm going to play this. Why? Because we have here a buy signal on the stochastic already. The MACD is turning around. The RSI is pointing up. So I would enter this here once, at 18.8, between 18.8 and 18.6. That is the entry zone for that trade setup to all the way up here. 22.8 cents. That is a 23% move from current price levels. It's a 21.5% move, which is still fine, and the stop loss is at 17 cents 0.8. And guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money and with the trading challenge later and tomorrow.